This player sold an account and got scammed. LOL. This is going to be a funny story to go over in a minute. The fiasco of July 4th deals falls on deaf ears as Kabam haven't responded to issues since Friday of last week. Some fun as we look at some Easter eggs from this month, some really interesting stuff that some players have stumbled upon, and concerns for the free-to-play spender gap. Hello everybody, hope you're doing well. Welcome to Hump Day. It's Wednesday. We're still really close to some new announcements in order to, spice up the stuff that's going out in the community, just for interesting stuff, because there's not much going on at the moment, so we're finding some fun. Please think about hitting the subscribe button, help support the channel. That would be amazing. Thank you. I don't ask loads. I think I ask in 3 videos a week, and that's generally in the MCN, just to kind of get some support. We're really close to 68,000 subscribers, so close. And we're going to kick off the show with Did You Notice? Did you know? This is actually, I'm not doing it sarcastically, this is actually quite interesting. I like when Kabam do these little kind of nods to stuff. They did something in a nod to wrestling before, and this time they've done stuff in this month to Phobias and Dune. I don't know why I said and Dune, probably because I was about to hiccup then. Anyway, the Mind Killer, see its path, only I remain. It's quite funny because they're combing the desert. I was about to make a reference to Spaceballs, but maybe not many people would get the reference of what is a space ball when it's at home. In any case, I'm sure a lot of people do. The Amazing John Candy, and of course what's he called? Rick Moranis. Oh god, that's a name I haven't heard in a long time. Somebody sucker punched Rick Moranis, and they need to be got. I think they all got resolved. In any case, moving on. Dune, but also the other thing that's interesting is done by Jim. Yes, Jim. Imagine Jim put this up. I love this. This is so interesting because it's this month, as you know, when you go into game, that you've got these different types of phobias. You've got all those ones within them, obviously the quest, Dune, and then phobias. And then what Jim's done is kind of it's got all the relevant phobias and has kind of listed them off. So we've got aerophobia, fear of flying. We've got botonophobia, fear of plants. We have also got aliophobia, fear of cats. Can't believe that. People can't be scared of cats. Acrophobia, fear of heights. And the final two are nightophobia, fear of the night and darkness. And then we've got acmophobia, fear of sharp objects, which I guess is relevant to a lot of the characters within the quest. Thought that was really interesting. Thought I wanted to share it to you. Thanks to Jim. Always love seeing stuff like this. And now we go from the positive and the fun to the, annoying. So following up on something from MCN on Monday, if you remember, on MCN on Monday, we focused in on an issue from Friday. I mean, there's been a lot of stuff. I don't think that this July 4th deals, Fun in the Sun spot sales have been done very well. Look, this is why we like the likes of Cyber Weekend deals. Cyber Weekend deals, as you know, you go to a tab, you go click on said tab, you scroll down to what you want, and then you'll go, right, well, I'll have that one. That will then unlock something, and then you go down to the next one. And that's great, and it's lovely, and we smile. And it's a very kind of easy to handle event. Unfortunately, that was not Fun in the Sun. Fun in the Sun was not overly fun for a lot of players, especially making key decisions about when to buy. And it just kind of came to, I got annoyed with that. Well, I was thinking to myself, right, well, I guess that I have to, I got 48 hours to make a decision to spend another 3,000 units. Do you know what? I'm saving for Cyber Weekend. It's just the deals are handled better. I hope that Kabam do handle them better. Definitely not doing something like this, because this would just be blinking annoying. But let's face it, it's been a frustration. More of a frustration for those that have spent money and had issues with the web store. And I'm sure Kabam are like, well, this is people's fault. We showcased this on Monday where the store just looked like an absolute mess. Showcasing that you could buy, if you're a Paragon player, Thronebreaker level and some of the other levels. Yeah, maybe that Kabam would go and people would go, oh, well, it is labelled. Well, you don't know that. Sometimes you just go swipe through and go, okay, well, they should only have the Paragon offers, and you'd be like, okay, well, I guess that's the deal. Not knowing, you have to scroll down, or if it was not made bleedingly obvious on that particular subject. However, though, to the point, follow up, what's going on? Well, for those that didn't know, there should have been a bank holiday for Canada and maybe a lot of the tickets, because that's one of the big things that we saw covered on Monday was what was over the weekend. Tickets of people that had issues when buying things from the market. And that was obviously a problem because people were spending their hard-earned cash on stuff and not getting a good enough response. And it got worse and worse and is still worse and still problematic with stuff when it comes to the purchase. So first of all, people that had problems via Xsolar and obviously had to do refunds were indeed having to wait like a lot of days. Like in fact, people have to wait 10 business days in order to get a refund, which isn't going to be exactly ideal, but at least they get a refund of it. I'm following up from something that was posted yesterday, or not yesterday, day before that. It happened to me on Friday. I opened to support tickets, and so far one has answered me, and that was all to do with the All Fathers Odin, of course, like buying the incorrect type deal. I think those who wrote first on Friday will be answered last. Be patient. It's Monday since Friday. I opened a ticket. My issue hasn't been solved. Great support, kabam. I purchased the $100 offer on online store. I was supposed to get the Thronebreaker bundle, but I got the Proven bundle instead. I checked through the link at the bottom and confirmed that I was supposed to get the Thronebreaker bundle. So I don't know what's happened there. Any ETAs? People were looking for kind of like information. Some YouTuber CCP member was refunded in like 10 minutes. That's not me. I don't spend on the game. Whoever that is, I don't know, man. That's crazy. Yeah, I don't know who that is. Purchasing the wrong level shouldn't even be an option. I was about to drop $400 until I got proven rewards instead of Paragon. What a joke. And again, it's just down to like the way I said, like Monday's MCN. It's how it was presented. It should have been clearer. It should have been specific to the. I mean, you're logging in with your own kabam. You know, log in. It should be a case that the game is able to track where you're at in the game. When you do that in the game, you only get what your progression is. So it's weird. Otherwise, if that's a theory, then when you go into your unit store right now, all of the progression titles that you have earned up to that point should have the deals represented for it, which would be kind of weird, but eh. Be interesting to know what Kabam do in response, because as far as I can tell at the moment, is that I think Kabam are kind of like adjusting to that, kind of coming back into the office after the bank holiday weekend, unless there's another bank holiday today because it's July yesterday because it was July 4th, and therefore it would impact onto. Yeah, I don't know when people are going to get responses. It's going to be a bit quiet from Kabam admin team for the time being. Let's now move on and talk about July 4th deals and their impact. Now, we did cover this, I said in a weird way, cover this on Monday, and I did make a little video on Tuesday, so yesterday. So I'm not going to go too much into depth on this because I've already kind of covered this. But I thought it was interesting because it is something that is widely being discussed amongst the player base. I'm not going to, again, I think this is going to be the last time it's mentioned because people are descending into falling out with each other on the subject, and it's just getting a bit weird. I think people that are, obviously non-spending, we need to recognize this game needs us to sustain. So it needs money, it needs financing. Of course, that's we all know that one, and appreciate people that do spend. It does help prop up the game. I personally could spend a lot in this game, but I've chosen not to. I've chosen not to since 2021, December 2021 to be exact, and I plan to keep that on, just because I fancied changing the channel. I was spending up into 2021 and kind of felt like, do you know what? I wasn't enjoying the game. I felt like I was kind of getting what I wanted, and I just felt like I wasn't working towards something. I'm not saying from all this situation like, oh, give me loads of rewards, but it does point to the fact that we're going to be talking about rank 3 7-stars at some point, maybe by the end of this year. And if people say, no, we won't, then, well, what happened last year? What happened the year before? What happened the year before that? Year before that? Year before that? It's a vicious cycle. It always happens. We'll be talking about 200 signature Sasquatch at rank 3 7-star at some point, and you're all going to be going, oh, I don't want to face off against that in Battlegrounds. And you will be. It will happen. It's an inevitability. But to the point on this, right? People are falling. People don't need to fall out about it. Spenders kind of like mocking people that don't spend in this game. It's just like it just ain't cool at this stage. As I said, like this is not about people falling out with each other. It's about Kabam. How Kabam manage the ecosystem of the game. The ecosystem being how much of the rewards they drip feed into people to get, whether it's free to play or spending. Like we're both kind of getting things like Event Quest, Act 8.2 2, 8.3, side quest, event quest, maybe Everest content, but that's not really it, because Everest content may require a unitary investment in order to get through, because revive farming has been nerfed. So trying to access stuff like rewards and some of the meta rewards is becoming a little bit more trickier, and especially because you know, some kind of like great points are kind of like coming up from this this particular thread, which is, you know, Chuck Finley was said, I had 23k units saved, units of course, turns out I need 36k to max out the event, when before it was 18k or 21k. If that's the new standard, arena unit grinders need to accept the reality that they aren't going to be able to get everything. And this is the thing, isn't it, for myself excuse me, I said yesterday that I kind of felt like it was my fault that I didn't I align more time to grinding units, as I kind of, yeah, just in the space of 24 hours fell so far behind. And I just had to look at it and go like, was this my fault? Ask the question, is it my fault that I didn't farm for the 6 to 7 months, well, 6 months technically, of this year, 36,000 units? And I have to say to myself, like, what is it? Like, I've saved all this time. I've had more of a life because I've not done it, and I did a lot of it last year. You know, it burns you out to kind of do as much unit grinding. And obviously Kabam have put in things like Express Arena mode, and so that's encouraging you to spend. So that particular feature is behind a paywall that would kind of like ease the pressure of it. So that's the annoying thing. I don't know if I would go back to spending in order to, and if I did, I would buy the Summoner's Sigil in order to get that Express Arena mode. But again, it just boils down to like, why should I feel that that is the narrative to be forced to do that? But yeah, I suppose that's the thing, isn't it? Like, it supports the developer. I get it. I understand that. But at the same time, there's a lot of pressure on free to play to kind of get up there. In any case, it's just a bit of a weird situation. As I said, going into it, you've got people kind of saying like, well, you know, if it's Battlegrounds affected, then, you know, Battlegrounds is more skill-based. And it's like, I'm sure that people kind of go like, okay, well, yeah, that's fine. You know, if you face off against someone that's kind of less than skilled, but has a strong roster, then yes, you can plow them down. But in the same token, you know, going up against I mean, look, I'm fielding rank 3 6-stars and not with non-suicide masteries, and I'd go into Battlegrounds and go, well, I'm facing off against a 7-star rank 2 or a 6-star rank 5. Number one, if I fielded a rank 3 6-star defender, it probably is going to be knocked down very quickly by a 7-star rank 2 and a rank 5 6-star. And also, on the same token, is that my rank 3 6-star that I'm fielding in order to go fight in Battlegrounds with may not have the juice to go through and kind of do it at the same pace, time and efficiency. And yeah, Kabam have nerfed that kind of like points for pace, but it's still a point, isn't it? That, you know, speed is something that, you know, someone's going to do relatively well and it's going to take me a lot longer. Or I may leave a lot of health on the champion. That's another thing as well. Like, I won't out damage something that's higher than me that maybe would have suicide mastery. So there's a lot to that. I don't think you can ever say that you know, you can just go, oh, that's right. You've got to be skilled in order to do Battlegrounds. It's a very weird, scuffy time. I thought I'd just kind of like touch on this subject again, especially because it is something that is a topic in discussion at the moment. And now I just want to take a humorous look at something. This was it is quite funny, to be honest. I saw this pop up and someone said, this is on the Facebook group. Do not sell accounts to this guy. Ask for Kabam, and he does not pay. He blocks me. So that there's people out there that are buying and selling accounts. Like, first of all, do not buy or sell an account. Why? Selling an account is just going to affect how this account is seen in future, and also, like, you know, you may get scammed. You may be doing a scam, being scammed at the same time, possibly. But also, do not buy accounts from, and that's probably the main thing. Don't buy accounts from anybody, because here's the thing: you doing that means that the seller can still take the email address it is attached to and get it back. So they could basically take your money. The second thing, and probably the most crucial thing, is as soon as you've bought that account, you effectively just told Kabam that you are potentially someone that needs to get banned, because there will be some very weird things happening in that account. But also, and probably the most crucial thing is, this account has not been generated in the fairest means. You might be going, oh, I'm just buying a Paragon level account, a Cavalier level account. And what's happened in the first, say, 24 hours that this person created this account, it's not somebody that's been playing the game for a long time. It's somebody that has gone and auto-fought with a auto-fighting bot, cheat, mod. And they've got up to that particular point. So that's what you're buying. Do bear that in mind. And obviously people weren't forgiving in the comments when their response with stuff. Without giving anybody's name away, they were saying that just don't sell accounts, full stop. That's what you get for selling accounts. Did you report this guy? If you did, then you should be able to get it back. Don't buy accounts and don't pay for mercs. It's all a scam. It is. It is all a scam. Now we end the show with a little bit of an arena prediction, and that is for Yellow Jacket. I would love to do the featured. We'll probably have to do this on Friday as well, because Kabam don't seem to be posting what's the upcoming arenas. As I said, Kabam Zibbit I don't think is with the company anymore, so I think that's the reason that we're not seeing it. But with Yellow Jacket, I'm going with something just quite low, and it would just be like 18 mil. 6-star 18 mil, 5-star maybe about 9 mil. So it's going to be pretty low for this champion. But we'll do again the predictions again on Friday. Any case, thank you very much everybody for supporting the channel. Also those who support as a YouTube member and as a patron who are on screen right now. And also those who support on twitch.tv/RichTheMan live. I don't know when I'm going to live stream at the moment. I'm getting there. But in any case, thank you everybody for watching. Check out some other content located on screen, and I'll see you all soon. Much love and goodbye for now.